What's up, people? It's your girl Adeola. Happy New Year. I hope you all had a great Christmas and New Year celebration. First and foremost, I'd like to express my condolence to the people of Ivory Coast and Angola, where a lot of people, especially children, died on January 1st. Both happened because of stampedes, where people were returning home from their stadia after celebrating the New Year's Eve. It's very sad indeed. 60 people died in Ivory Coast with more than 250 people injured, and in Angola 13 people died while another 120 were injured. For the deceased, may their souls rest in peace. Yes, my people, my resolution for this year, is to continue my resolution for last year, which was my resolution for the year before and before that. Yes, you feel me? Which is, to never judge a book by its cover. Yes, yes. Never judge a book by its cover. Anyway, I was so excited, about 2013. I was so excited until I read Nigerian President, New Year message. I suddenly became depressed. I said, seriously, when will this man get it? I mean, just listen to this. Our objective for this year is to ensure by all possible means that more of the programs and projects envisioned by this administration and which are already being embarked upon are further brought on stream within the next 12 months to meet the yearnings of our people and raise the quality of life. Seriously, who wrote this crap? I mean, I have no idea what this means. Whoever wrote this did not mean well for Mr. President. You don't think that Jonathan wrote the speech, do you? It's not good though. Oh, poor Jonathan. Yeah, this one should be clearer. We have, in the last year, that is 2012, we have achieved a lot in terms of the positive transformation of vital sectors of our national life, such as public infrastructure, power supply, oil and gas, transportation, education, health, and agricultural development. Hey! His government did a lot of transformation in 2012 in public infrastructure, in transportation, and seriously, health. Mr. President, health. What did you do in health? Seriously. Do we need to go over this again? I discussed all his achievements of last year in my last episode, and to say the truth, Mr. President, there are nothing to write home about. So what do you mean you've achieved a lot of positive transformation? But anyway, you guys know I'm a very gentle person, right? Yes. And the last thing you will see me do is to talk bad about Mr. President. That is not me. I don't talk bad about people. Instead, I would rather read other people's comments. Yes, about his New Year speech. Yes, let me find some comments from that website, that notorious website, SaharaReporters.com. Okay, so this one is by somebody that calls himself Wahala. That name grabbed my attention. We've been through this tunnel before with promises of light at the end. Don't buy any crap that drops out of Dr. Dombo's Ogogoro mouth. Nah, lie. Wait. Wahala or whatever your name is. Who are you calling Ogogoro drinker? I hope it's not my president, because I have told you the only thing that my president drinks is holy water. Please don't insult Mr. President. So please mind yourself. No wonder your name is Wahala. You like trouble too much. Let me find a positive comment, Jari. Okay, so this one is from Anonymous. That should be good. This na your New Year speech. He get as a bill. You for no kukuma give New Year speech at all. I beg, go meditate well. Your speech vex people. You just come add high blood pressure for plenty people. Hey, Anonymous. That is a Yoruba name, right? I know your name is Ayontubosun, even though you try to change it. These people, when they get to America, they change their names. How you come here my president like that now? You don't get respect to Anonymous. In fact, this one is coming to an end. Imagine people yabbing presidents anyhow. These are end times, my people, end times. Even Mr. President testified to it. He said Boko Haram could be signs of end times. Yes, he said all the killings in Nigeria are because we are in the end times. I said, Oga Jonah, why are we the only ones on the bad side of end times? I mean, I believe as a Christian, I believe we are truly in end times. But why does it have to be only Nigerians that have to suffer during this end time? What about other countries now that are actually progressing? Are they not in the end time too? Oga Jonah? Oh, by the way, he also said something else last week that got me tripping, This was at the burial ceremony of General Azazi, the one that died in the helicopter crash. Imagine, the bishop got up and he said that, if the aircrafts in Nigeria are certified to be airworthy, how come they keep coming down one by one? He's saying that there must be corruption in the aviation industry. You won't believe when my president got up to talk, he responded to the bishop. He said, that corruption is not the cause of our problems. So, no. It's not corruption. He said it is the attitude of Nigerians. Yes, that is the cause of all our problems. All of you that are watching me that are Nigerians, you are the cause of our problems. In fact, the president added that he spoke with road safety people and they told him the majority of the road accidents recorded in Nigeria happen on good roads. Yeah, so that means so you can see it is not a matter of corruption, it is an issue of the people's attitude. So please, my people, check your attitude. Seriously, that is the only way Nigeria can get better. The other day I was walking on the streets of New York and I just remembered him saying that, you know, and I started smiling. Hey, I didn't realize this guy across the street, he thought I was smiling at him. That didn't go well. So the president's 2015 re-election posters are already circulating in Abuja. The poster says 2015, no vacancy in Aso Rock. Of course, the president has stated that he knows nothing about these posters. Absolutely nothing. Most people in Nigeria did not believe him. Can you imagine? Me, I believe him. Me, I believe everything the president said in his speech that in 2013, he would transform Nigeria. Kajuko? Yep, I'm just keeping it real. So did you guys watch the president of Equatorial Guinea, Teodoro Obiang? Did you watch his interview with BBC? I don't have time to play the whole video for you, but I'll share some of what he said. First of all, you need to know that he's now the longest serving African president. He's been in power for the past 33 years. Yes, and his son, he's now the vice president. Remember that son, you know, the one that has the $32 million mansion in America. Yes, and a private jet. Yes, and assets, you know, worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Not to mention his assets, you know, in Europe. Yeah, that son. Yeah, he's now the vice president. And of course, his brother, he's now the minister of energy and mines, and their uncle is the minister of defense, who is technically the third in command, you know, the president's brother. So an ordinary person like me would say, this man is running Equatorial Guinea like a family business. But he said, no, this is not a family business, you know. He said that these people are the only ones that qualify for the position. That is why he chose them as vice president, minister of defense, and so on and so forth. Imagine, in a country of about 1 million people, he couldn't find any other person that qualifies to be vice president. It has to be his son. Yeah, right. So BBC asked him about how his family has enriched themselves with the oil wealth of Equatorial Guinea.
There are people living in this country, many of them without access to clean drinking water, still struggling to find a job. Is it right, is it acceptable that your own son, for example, in Paris, has a mansion worth almost 200 million euros, has a fleet of a dozen luxury cars, including Ferraris, Bugattis, Rolls-Royces, and has bought artwork and antiques worth millions and millions of euros? Do you not think that there is something wrong about that?
Mi hijo Teodoro nunca ha trabajado en el sector de petróleo. Antes de empezar la política, es un hombre de negocios. Tienen negocios en Guinea Ecuatorial, en Malasia, en el negocio de forestal, de la madera. Entonces, él está haciendo sus negocios, quiere decir que antes de llegar a ser miembro del Estado guineano, oficial del Estado guineano, ya tenía su fortuna.
Does it look like this man care about his people? Seriously, I don't understand. How do you live in a mansion worth 200 million euros? And you're able to sleep at night? Hey, when so many citizens of your country live in poverty, you know, we used to say that the colonial masters, that they are the reason for all our troubles in Africa. But take a good look, my people. These are Africans oppressing Africans. Yes, black man oppressing black man. Since independence in Equatorial Guinea, do you know that his family has been the only one that has been in power? Their very first president was his uncle. Yeah, that was the uncle that he overthrew in a bloody coup, by the way. Yeah, he sentenced his uncle to death in September 1979. So he came in with great promises, you know, because his uncle's regime was brutal. In fact, there was a genocide during his uncle's tenure. But many people forgot that while his uncle was president, Teodoro Obiang was governor and the leader of the National Guard. So he was also part of the brutal regime of his uncle. He used to oversee this prison, very well known for torturing people. So Theodore came in promising a fresh start, different from the brutal and repressive regime of his uncle. Now, it's been 33 years, my people, and they've had 5 presidential elections since then. He's still the president. You know, he changed the presidential term to 7 years, yeah. All these African presidents, you know, that are refusing to let go of power, they know what they are doing, and they know that the people don't approve of them. Like Mugabe, you think he doesn't know that you don't like him? Yeah, but he could care less. And Paul Biya of Cameroon, by the way, did you hear that one security guard in Cameroon, he recently shot at the president's convoy twice. The sad thing is that the guy missed both times. Yes, now they arrested him and he's in detention. Poor guy. Now the problem is all these leaders, they like to surround themselves with people that hail them, people that keep telling them that they are doing well. So they become delusional, you know. They have no idea what ordinary people are going through. The only way, like I've been saying, for Africa to operate in its full capacity, my people, is to get rid of all these dictators. Yes, but the sad thing is so many young people now have also been corrupted. Yes, don't ask me how, you know, I'm just keeping it real. Okay, so you know what's pissing me off right now? A lot of South Africans have no respect for their president, and I don't get it. What is it now? The man only said that he wants his citizens to go through a national cleansing ceremony. Sorry. That was all he said. I mean, a cleansing like the one they did for him when he sacrificed cows last year. Imagine, he said that a national cleansing ritual will restore the moral values of the nation. Zuma! Zuma, I beg, no use laugh kill person. Anyway, yeah, I think that the president meant well. You know, he's just trying to get rid of evil spirits in his country. Yes, you know, he also said something around Christmas. What was it? Yes, that having dogs as pets, you know, is white culture. It's not African. I said, how did this man become president again? No offense. So according to Zuma, this national ritual is necessary because of recent demonic events, you know, like when an elderly woman was raped and when minors were shot and killed. But it looks like South Africans are not buying it. I mean, just listen to some of their comments. This one is by Royston. If Zuma is serious, he can cleanse our country by disappearing. Kai! You see what I mean? You want Jacob Zuma to disappear. Hey, he will zoom you like this. This one is by Hellbund. What a name. Are we supposed to take shower? My brother. We're talking about a ritual. You, these people, I have to spell everything out for you. He's talking about ritual, not shower. Ritual. Yes, that is ritual. See, me, I don't have any problem with Zuma. I just think that the guy is funny, you know. My only problem is with one of his baby mamas. I mean, one of his wives. Yes, wife number 3, who decided to renovate her 8 million rand home without getting approval from the city planners. Just imagine this, yes, very good looking, voluptuous woman, you know, yes, saying that a 5-bedroom house is not big enough for her and her 2 children. We're talking about an opulent hilltop home. Just imagine an 8.8 million rand home. That is more than $1 million, my people. So I said, why can't Jacob Zuma begin this ritual cleansing from his own home? I mean, starting with his baby mamas. I'm sorry, his wives and children. You know, I don't like to talk about people. Yes, so I'm just keeping it real. So speaking of hilltop homes, did you guys hear that former Nigerian President Obasanjo's hilltop mansion was on fire around Christmas time? Hey, I'm talking about his multi-billion naira hilltop mansion in Abeokuta. Yes, that one. So the funny thing is, it took the firefighters an hour to get there, and and then when they got there, they were using bucket instead of hose. I said, what is going on now? That is why my fellow brother in crime, I mean Dr. Damages, I'm sure you all know him. He said, Adeola, what hope do ordinary people have now? I mean, how long will it take for them to get to the homes of common citizens? I said, it's true. Oh, Damages, you are very right. The truth is, I was very worried for Baba Iyabo, until I read in the news that Obasanjo said that Ile Oba Tojo Ewa Lobukun, which means a king's house gutted by fire can only add beauty to it. That means a king's house gutted by fire will only be beautified, yes. So Nigerians were laughing when they heard what Obasanjo said. They didn't know that it is their money that he will use to fix the house. Seriously, it is their money now. He knows what he's saying. All those people that he made somebody when he was president, yes, and all those people that he didn't put in jail, even though they were supposed to be put in jail, very soon they will start fighting over who will fix Baba's house. And of course, it is the people's money, the one that they've laundered, yes, that they will use to fix Obasanjo's house. So the funny thing is, a reporter from Premium Times tried taking pictures of the house, when it was on fire, with his BlackBerry. But Obasanjo's son, seized the phone and he smashed it. So a few days later, Obasanjo promised the reporter, that he will buy him another phone, except that this one will be a used one. He won't buy a new phone. He'll buy I said, seriously, Baba Iyabo, you will buy a cheap phone? Come on. There were other fires around Christmas time in Nigeria, like the home of the deputy governor of Lagos State was also on fire. And don't forget the firecracker accident that happened in Jankara Market in Lagos, where one boy died and 40 other people were injured. So I'm really hoping that the Nigerian government will invest in the firehouses that we have this year, seriously, because those firehouses are nothing to write home about. And my prayer is that, Lord, that this year that they will fix our roads. Yes. I'm sure that you've all heard about Kogi's governor who was in a road accident. His aide died instantly and the governor himself suffered broken leg. I said to myself, what does it take for the government to fix the roads now? I'm just hoping that when the governor of Kogi gets better, that he will do whatever he needs to do to ensure that the road is fixed, and especially the ones in his state. You know me. I'm just keeping it real. Before I leave today, I like to read some of your emails, and the first one is from, well, he calls himself Good Niger. Adeola, keep the good job you're doing. Oh, thank you. I just observed something from your last episode. You talked about Mrs. Jonathan's dress that exposed her nipples. Ooh, did he just say that? People, how can you talk like this about your first lady? I can't believe you just said that. Anyway, but what I'm seeing in your own dressing now is wait a minute. Good Niger. This is why I keep saying it. That it's not good to make fun of people. I keep saying it over and over. It's not good to make fun of people. And I was only trying to defend Her Excellency in that last episode. But Good Niger, you seriously think that I would seriously Kai? You see, that is the way the shirt was sewn. There's a dart that goes from here to here. This is where the dart ends, yes. But when you get under all the studio lights, that is where it becomes more pronounced. You know what? No more emails for today. Yes, I'm just keeping it real. Alright, y'all, it's been real and I'm keeping it real right up in here. Until next week, I'ma see y'all later. Peace out.